And welcome back to 1 point motherfucking 0. Coming back across the track once again, my friend. We walked on water and walked on land. I got kings and queens that want to shake my hand. Who am I? The doctor. Oh man, thank y'all for chiming in. And I want to say that I appreciate all and everybody that's been keeping up with the podcast and who've subscribed and liked. Please continue that. Man, tonight's subject is enough is enough. Now, what made me come up with that title is that over the weekend, last weekend, um, the Hispanics, brown people, let's say, they did what we talked about. Uh, it's been circulating on TikTok and other media genres that we were going to pick a day not to go to work, not to buy gas, not to buy groceries, not to pay your bills, not to show up for work because that would cause a great monetary impact, which we know that's the only thing that people who govern us understand. They don't understand your pleas. They don't understand your pain over your child dying over guns. They don't understand the pain of dope being in your neighborhood, therefore making it a jail cell. They don't understand that. The only thing they understand is when you hit them in the pocket and it affects them directly. So, what brought this to my attention, I seen something over the weekend where the Hispanics in Florida did that. I mean, they got down with it. None of them showed up at work. None of them bought gas. None of them bought groceries. And it wasn't for one day. It's supposedly to be for 10 days. And in Florida, the Hispanic Hispanics, they pretty much run the hospitality industry up there. Hotels, resorts, you know, and we know what Hispanic people can do. They build, they, invent, and they're hard workers. True enough, hard enough workers to affect the industry if they decide not to go to work. The our fruits, our vegetables, the roof that's on your house, the grass that's in your front yard, the very house that you live in, you know, and their uses uh, to well-to-do people, their nannies, their maids, to the point where they live in the houses that they work at. So their power, economic power, is great. And us as black folks, now Hispanics are probably upset because a large part of this place used to belong to them, California specifically. And you had U.S. citizens who were Hispanic that were pushed out, sent back to Mexico because California was being taken over. And they have every right. And if there was a saying that they were going to take this place back without firing a shot. You look around and you tell me if it's working. But the fact that they actually did what we talked about, and the results may not be televised, but I'm going to bring them to you here on 1 point motherfucking 0 because I know they got results. I know somebody right now is talking real money, real insurance. You know, somebody is negotiating that right now because the impact of the production of products, the hospitality, the restaurants, the hotels, that's big money. On a daily basis, there's nothing under $1 million that's made by these companies. So imagine what they lose every day. And that's how you bring them to the table. Now, us as black people, we've known this. And the thing about us is that, what do you have to lose? Your wages and what you make and how hard you work doesn't amount to diddly squat. So what do you have to lose? Besides being afforded to get up and buy gas and go back to the uh, to the slave master's plantation and do his bid. What do you have to lose? When is, for us, like the Hispanics, when is enough enough? They put out some legislation against the Hispanics where it will make them difficult to be U.S. citizens or to find, you know, sanctuary here in the U.S., which the U.S. was partly owned by them. Big part of Texas. That's what the Alamo was about. Big part of California. What they taught us is that the Mexicans were trying to take over. No, that wasn't the case. The Mexicans was trying to protect what they had. And if you know history now, black people should be doing the same thing because this place belongs to us. So for us, the question is, when is enough? When will you say enough is enough and actually come together and do something that's significant? Man, Hispanics jumped up on us, man. I can't believe that we allowed them to do that before we did. With all that has happened in let's just say the last 5 years, all that has happened. We allow a growing race to just activate ideas that we've been talking about for a minute. But enough will never be enough because y'all never get tired of new shiny things. That's how they get y'all. Y'all love new shiny things, whether it be rims, jewelry, teeth, you know. All they have to do is throw a little glitter on it and tell you this is what's up. You love Balenciaga and all this here type of foolishness. When right up under your nose, somebody's actually doing something to change their circumstances in this place where we live. The place that you built, the place that your mom built, the revenue that your parents, your grandparents, and the parents before them brought in for these people who are doing it to you, and you won't raise a hand. You know, I never understood how a whole, a large amount of people could be controlled. Let's say 800 slaves were controlled by 12 people. How was that possible? Why didn't the house Negro that was cleaning the shotgun, why didn't he take that and change his circumstances? And it was because he was separated from the others and he felt like he didn't need to do that because he was eating real sandwiches and not hog leg and tongue and foot and guts, and he was eating the good stuff. So he thought his circumstances was better than yours, and that's what we do, and that's why we can't make a step. Your circumstances, whether you live in a big house and got 18 rooms and you know car full of cars, garage full of cars or whatever, and that doesn't make a difference. And you've been shown that over and over again. Hell, Bill Cosby had cars from the 50s. Did that make a difference? He had millions of dollars. Did that make a difference? But what did make a difference, he got to see what they care about us. He got to see that we'll turn the other cheek because that's us. The worst things on the planet been done to us, but we've constantly turned the other cheek and asked the very person that slapped you to do something for you. That is a part of retardation that I just don't know why it's there and why it's so deeply seated. And us so-called black people, we got this thing with keeping it real. I'm a real inward. I'm a real in. How? By killing me? That's in the same circumstances that you are. But when is enough though? When do you realize your circumstances are not going to change only with prayer? The words say, the work of a man's hands. Meaning what you put together and with your own power and your own mind and your spirit and your belief that whatever you put together will work. When is enough where we start doing that? The idea is great. But if you've never instituted, it's just an idea. But why it continues to be an idea? Why is marching across a bridge more significant than, not buying gas, not buying everything that they supply us and made us think we need? Cell phones, internet, emails, Gmails, TikToks. They make us think that we need all these things, and without it, that we're not complete people. And that keeps you busy from the bigger issue. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Your kids can't even go get what they give us as education, and us as being awakened people, we know education ain't worth a damn. Not the education that they're giving our children. Because now the high school is a police precinct. They are making your kids practice on confinement. They are making your kids practice on having an overseer. They are practicing on your children to be fearful of something. Limitations. And all the while, nobody won't do anything about gun legislation. More children have died. I think the only thing that's been more detriment to children has been polio. More children have died in a short span of time to where anybody with power should have done something. But the promotion of, gun freedom, but that gun freedom is only for them. Because the young man that plays basketball, he's waving a gun on the internet, but he didn't kill nobody, he didn't point it at nobody. And at the same time, they got a hunting channel showing white boys out there, Caucasian fellows, shooting deer. And they waving their gun on national television. Nobody shuts them down. Nobody takes their people who back those people with their products. Nobody takes that away from them. But as a black man, you waving a gun, you are automatic danger. So when is enough that the laws that have been put down for us as human beings and as citizens of the United States, when does that apply to us? When do we get the same defense, but you're not going to get it until you get to that point where enough is enough? You're not going to get it because they're not, they don't have the same element of concern for you because they are millionaires and they've made you work and you made them rich and they've never had to meet you. They've never been to any of your kids' birthday parties. They didn't even send flowers on that day. They didn't show up at your mother's funeral that you had to miss because you had to work. When is enough enough? How much more do we need as a people? You that have to get up and go to work tomorrow, you are miserable and you hate it. But you have the power to change it when it gets to the point of that enough is a motherfucking enough. The sacrifices that you make for a company, you don't even make for your family. Because they got us caught up on the shiny things and they got us keeping up with the Joneses. And if the Joneses are doing what you doing, then, there's no leadership there. But the Hispanics in Florida have shown us how to get things done. And if you don't feel like enough is enough, then how much more do you want? Do you want somebody to knock on your door and tell you that little Jamichael is not coming home because he got a stray bullet? You waiting on the police to come to your door and ask you, are you the parent or the husband or the wife of somebody that was coming home from work that got robbed at the finish station and didn't want to get up what he worked hard for? They killed him. How much more do you need? Now they're talking June the 1st. It's supposed to be our turn. June the 1st is supposed to be our turn where we don't buy gas. We don't buy groceries. We don't pay our bills. We don't go to work. And if that happens or not is strictly dependent on if you feel like enough is enough. I feel like enough is enough before it affects my family. I feel like enough is enough. And I'm more than willing to, hell, I don't have money to buy gas and groceries. I'm already participating. I don't have money to buy gas. I don't have money to buy groceries. I don't have money to even, I'm already doing it. That's what I'm saying. What do you have to lose? Except continuously being robbed. Continuously not to contest or question. Because that's what we do. We see gas is higher in our neighborhood. Oh, gas is higher than a motorcycle, man. It is, but you never contest it. All the TV have to say is that there's a war going on in Siberia. What the fuck, Siberia? I live on the north side of H-Town. How the fuck is that? We got a bunch of oil in Texas. How the fuck? I mean, no, it's time to question these things and hold these people accountable that are robbing us and has been robbing us. Now, one thing I will say, because this is affected me today in my own neighborhood, where they blatantly in your face is gonna rob you because they know this place is a service, bad land. They know that we need them and their convenience because we can walk to the store, you know. And not saying that you don't have to pay for convenience, but being straight up robbed. gas is average now, and this is 2003 May, and gas is an average of 281, 282. But here in my immediate urban neighborhood, it's still $3. And they try to throw in, if you pay for a credit card, it's $3.19. Like you're getting a deal. No, that's price gouging, and this is what they do to you. So when is enough? Enough. When do you walk in there and say, okay, I don't have to go to another gas station if I don't like it? This is my community. You are a guest here that they allowed to come and make money off of us that you don't put back into the neighborhood. And think, because I know your neighborhood is just like mine. Think how long you've been going to that corner store. And them motherfuckers will still ask you for that 3 cents that you short. They want it. Think about how long you've been going to that store, and when you got there, they had sodas and hot dogs and had customer appreciation day. Never. You don't even have to, I don't have to be where you live, and our story is the same. That's why our reaction should be the same. Our reaction should be exactly the same. We should have the same understanding that enough is a goddamn enough. I've been inspired by those Hispanic people because they come here, man, in groups of 5, 6, and 7 with nothing but a bottle of water and their hopes and their dreams. And when they get here, they do it. They do it. You hear me? And we've been here all this time. We built this place. I've never seen a more submissive animal, even in dogs. If you own a dog and the dog get tired of your shit, he'll bite you. That's why they got that saying, don't bite the hand that feeds you, because a dog will do it. You get to fucking around with him too much. They love your kids and all that, but if them kids get to pulling on that dog ear and doing all this shit to him, he gonna straighten their ass up out. He gonna straighten their ass out. Because enough is enough, goddammit. Don't pull my motherfucking ear no more. Now go tell your mama whatever, but she know you ignorant. She know that you fucks with me. And y'all know that we've been fucked with. I'm not calling on any kind of violence here on 1 point, motherfucker 0. But I am calling on what makes sense. We've tried everything else. We designated one speaker to speak for all of us. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Eldridge Cleaver, Jackson. You understand me? The other guy with the perm, And they killed most of them Negroes, and they gave the other ones jobs. What did that leave y'all? Just where you were. But this is something that we have not tried. Now, if you can go on TikTok and you can start a dance challenge, you can start a bucket of water challenge, you can start a fried chicken challenge. Come on, man. You can start a challenge. Everybody's doing it. Let's start this challenge where we can take control of our communities and take control of our money and understand our money has power. Why do you think everything is being sold to you with music and beautiful women and hip hop and all that? Everything that you see commercials. Yeah. They've been taking our money. They've been making money off of you ever since slavery, and they've been doing slavery in another way. Now, I just seen where California passed a bill to give reparations of $1 million and something for each descendant of a slave. And people were like, $1,000,000, and folks would be like, oh, you don't have a problem? Yes, I have a problem with that. Yes, I have a problem with $1,000,000 when you have killed off generation of generation of generation. When you have overly imprisoned black men. When you have purposely put disease into our community. When you purposely made laws to where a lot of our young men would have X's on their backs, meaning that will cut them out of any fortune in the future. Yes, that's not enough. The fact that some of people are not here because y'all killed them, and whoever they were going to bring forth, you didn't know what their value would be, because our value is great. This very nation that y'all call belongs to you all, that y'all make all the decisions. We built that. We didn't only build the structure, but we built the very foundation that our laws are today. A black man was our first president, not Bill Clinton with the joking and stuff, not Obama. It was a black man that set up this whole thing. And he was our first president, but they didn't learn me that in Miss Smith's history class. Meaning that we've been lied to terribly and we've been held out on. So when is enough enough, man? When do you want to really know what the truth is and what your power is? They don't fuck with you in no other way except taking your money or having you be service or entertainment to them. So when is enough enough? When you very well know that you're scientists, you're inventors, you're dancers, you're artists, you're poets, you all kind of things. Why must we continue to let these people have us as their monkeys? One that'll never raise this. Come on, man. Never. We never gonna do anything to say, man, that's it. This is where the future changes. When are we gonna do that? The Hispanics already done it. And this is the shame in it. We the fastest runners. We the dancingest dancing motherfuckers ever. We the singingest motherfucker ever. We the most athletic. We the most sexy. We the most beautiful. We the most talented. We the most educated. We the most in tune with this planet that we live on. So how can you be a people like you are? That baffles me. How can you be the people that you are with all of that and never say enough is a? I think we are afraid of our greatness because we never felt it before, because we never took that chance. We never did that sacrifice. You done let dogs eat you. You done got bold. You done got knocked down by water hoses turned on you. You done been hung. You done been burned. You understand me? You done been fed to alligators. All kind of atrocities that happen to you, man. What the hell? When is enough enough? When do all that come to a head? They say pressure bust the pipe. So what is our plumbing made of? Because it don't never burst. And I'm not talking about burning some shit up and stealing shit out of stoves. No, man. Where it really counts. Those habits that they've given you, lay them down for a minute. 7 days at least. Let's go in these hoes' pocket for 7 days. And I guarantee you they're going to come back with a conversation. I guarantee you it's going to be some negotiating going on. Because we have been the providers of our own demise. Us. We got up and we went and worked hard for our own demise. Now that you worked hard all these years, you worked hard all these generations, and they made you think like you were a good human being if you did that. Now it comes down to where we have to stop, because enough is enough. If you're going to work and you're not getting the desired effects from working hard, you're not getting the needs met by the wages, what do you have to lose? Only thing left is your mind. And I always said, if I go crazy, I'm gonna take care of everything that I've always wanted to take care of, because all the boundaries are gonna be gone. And that's what we are, people. All boundaries are gone. They'll come into your home and kill you and say it's your fault because you smoked weed 2 years ago. They'll kill our children and say and paint them in a bad light in the public side. So that's 2 deaths. So when is enough enough? When are we gonna stop allowing these people that they give contracts and loans to come and serve us? When are we gonna regulate that? Because they don't get those contracts in their neighborhood. They send them to us, foreigners that don't know nothing about us but what they heard, which is bad. We got Indians, Pakistani, Iranian, Japanese, Viet Cong. We got all that in our neighborhood, and we don't know these people, and they don't know us. But what they do know, this is where you get money from, and you ain't got to give nothing back, because these niggas always come back. No matter how we talk to them, no matter how we treat them, no matter what products we give them, it's just something about. But enough is enough, y'all. If you want something to happen, you have to tell yourself enough is enough. I'm not taking this shit no more. And me as one person is not powerful, because it takes 5 fingers to make a fist. And what the Hispanics have done, they've shown you it can be done, and they've shown you it will be a result from it. And the days that you go without paying for your own demise, you will realize that you didn't have to do it before. Let's go back to basics, people. Let's go back to what makes sense. Let's stop just being rolled over. And that's what we've been. They didn't ask any of you to let these people into our neighborhood to serve us everything that we don't need: cigarettes, alcohol, malt liquor, gambling machines. We didn't ask for that. We just took it and accepted it. And nobody said nothing, because that's been the way. Nobody said nothing when they dropped crack into California. Everybody jumped on it to where it became a pandemic. We just never said no. No, enough is a fucking enough. I'm saying it today, here on 1.0. Enough is a motherfucking enough. And when I say that, I mean from that side and from our side, because the biggest problem is us. You'll open your mouth and you'll sing. You'll open your mouth and you'll talk about another person. You'll open your mouth and you'll give an solidified motherfucking opinion about something. You'll talk about people. You'll talk about people's business and all this, and you'll say who did what, but you'll never say enough is a motherfucking enough. And that's where they have us. we've done, I think we've done all we can do as a foolish people. We done the monkey. When is enough enough? Y'all ain't tired of dancing. You ain't tired of TikToking. You ain't tired of shaking your ass. You ain't tired of going. But when is enough enough to where you'll realize what's really going on what we call a real plane, where you feel, where you hurt, where you need, where you want your children's life to be without what we're suffering now? When does that point come? Because they're robbing you of time. They're robbing you of time. Just by the children that have been killed in the last 5 years, they clock was stopped. There won't be no grandbabies from that child. It won't be no graduation. It won't be no prom. Won't be no problems that you will laugh about later on. It won't be no, hey, mom, when he goes to the NFL or becomes a R&B, or it won't be none of that. His bloodline is stopped. And we'll get on the news a couple of times, and that's it. We'll march, we'll make T-shirts and all, and that's it. And we're a bunch of ballers, and we're a bunch of, passport bros, and we're a bunch of, independent women, and we're a bunch of college graduates, and we're PhD. We're a bunch of that. Turns out we ain't worth a shit. Because the Mexicans ain't none of that. And they doing the damn thing. Right on, my brown brothers. Right on. And if we could come together with our brown brothers, do you even have the idea on the control and the power we would have? Because the fact is that, the separation, those brown brothers derive from, Pharaoh, Imhotep, right here. I'm not their descendants, they mine. They descended from me. We are the same. It's just that, even in your slave minds, you still not user friendly. Why you think that? Because you have this feeling that you want to fight. You want to talk back. You want to tell your boss, yeah. But you won't do that on the scale to where it really matters, because you're just an individual, and what you do individually, it probably won't affect nobody but you. But if you keep your money if everybody, to the sound of my voice, keep their money in their pocket, call in sick, don't buy a motherfucking thing. Get what you need to go through 10 days of not patronizing any fucking thing. And I can tell you for sure, you're talking about $17 billion a day. Somebody gonna lose $17 billion a day. It ain't gonna be you, because your check ain't number 575 out of that, billions of dollars. That's what it ain't gonna be you that hurt. You gonna be suffering just like you have been working for them. So when is enough a fucking enough, people? When are you gonna what you want to do, what you want them to do for you is ready and available for you to do it yourself? We've been asking, we've been pleading, we've been, we done protested for laws, we've done all kind of things. And the answer always is, fuck you. We're gonna look over, we're gonna take a vote over it, and we're gonna come back and talk and discuss it, run up free bills, but then, the answers over centuries, has been, fuck you. It was fuck you with Jimmy Carter. It was fuck you with Ronald Reagan. It was fuck you with You know, Bush, it was fuck you with the other Bush, it was fuck you with Clinton, it was fuck you with Obama, it was gonna fuck you with Donald Trump, and it's fuck you with Biden now. We can't even goddamn pay our bills, and these motherfuckers went and gave somebody $10 trillion that ain't never did nothing. I ain't never got no tennis shoes from Ukraine, toothpaste, soap or nothing from Ukraine. What makes them worth $10 trillion fucking dollars? And here we is, can't pay our own bills and finna shut down because we can't meet the budget. Isn't that a slap in your face for them to say that y'all would break the economy by giving reparations? Who gives a damn? I don't give a fuck that the economy be messed up because y'all gotta pay what you owe. I don't give a damn who got to suffer, because we have suffered from that all this time. You think I care about the economy crashing? Bitch, pay me, and I can show you what me and my family can do during a crash. If a black person gives a damn about what happens to the economy, then yeah, that's deep seated. I'm not gonna even blame him for it, because the spell y'all put on us was powerful, but it is broken. And here on 1.0, we would be out of order if we don't speak it out of our mouth. If we don't say and give props what props is due to the Hispanics, because they done it. And guess what? They're not done yet. They're going to the next state, because they all talking to each other. They not on TikTok, clapping their ass and doing dance challenges. They talking to each other, and they telling each other the instructions, and they following through with it. So if that can happen and they can do that, we are the ultimate, bro. When we throw a party, it's off the chain. When we give a concert, it's off the chain. When we playing basketball, it is off the chain. You hear me? So why we can't go live on this, y'all? So I'm calling it. Enough is enough. June 1st, I won't be doing a damn thing. I ain't going to work. I ain't paying for nothing. I ain't doing nothing. I ain't doing nothing. You hear me? And if I'm in the company of 1 million people, man, we did that because somebody lost billions of dollars that day. It ain't gonna be me. It ain't gonna be my Aunt Florida. It ain't gonna be my cousin Joe Mack. None of them gonna lose none of that money, but I know who is. And when they start losing that money, when them commercials that they show y'all every day don't get your money, when McDonald's Egg McMuffin looking so good and smoky, and when Starbucks and all these places that's robbing you and killing you at the same time, when they can't get your money no more, guess what they got to figure out? How to get your money again. And what they gonna have to do that? They gonna have to talk to you. What's wrong with you niggas? Don't y'all know y'all can't resist like this? Well, be resistant. And it's gonna cost you this. We don't want $3 gas when gas is $2 in our neighborhoods. We don't want all the money and millions of dollars you make in our neighborhood to go out of the neighborhood and never circulate. We don't want to come to these stores and not see our own people that you've been here 20 years and we don't see not one of our people working in your stores. And if there is, you treating them like a dope fiend, giving them 2 beers to sweep your parking lot. No, this is done with. Enough is enough. This ain't no tough talk, and this is not no threat. This is what's necessary. Enough is enough. Because it's just not enough is enough about how our treatment is. Enough is enough about how biased the law is against black men and brown men. Enough is enough for how our women are treated and how they're sexualized and how they're made to believe that they don't need a man. It was all y'all doing. And enough is enough. I miss my woman in the house. I miss being looked up to. I miss having my children in line and respecting me. I miss that I didn't have to worry because I taught my children to respect. I miss having dinner at a table with all my kids there and knowing that they're there instead of looking out the window because my child is a little bit late. And I think the worst. Enough is a motherfucking enough. I want my PSTD or whatever it's called, post-traumatic syndrome, to end. That's been supplied by you all. Never knowing that I had complete control over the situation by the same dollar that you gave me. Yeah, I can take that dollar and keep it in my pocket, just like y'all do when you move into our neighborhoods with these convenience stores. I can take that dollar and keep it in my pocket and never give you the chance to see that dollar again. So how y'all done us, we're learning from it, and we're learning to turn it back around on you. Because I know you only give me money because I have to give it back to you in a light bill, in a gas bill, in a car note, in an insurance on that car, in food that I have to feed my children every day, in gas that I have to do to get to your job, in the parking lot where I got to pay for parking to come to my job. I know you're going to get that money back. So guess what? We're going to keep it in our pocket. And the value of that dollar, we're going to decide who get it. But you're going to do right by us as a community. You're going to treat me respect as a customer when I walk into your store and not just see me as a dollar. You see me as your livelihood. You see me as that your life depends on if you respect me. And if you don't respect me, you respect my green. You dig? Enough is enough, people. Anybody that don't get with this, then you want more of the same. And we're going to have to politely ask you to move to the side and not interfere or give your opinion on what we do. That's what we are. So get ready. June the 1st, before June the 1st, get your supplies. Get you some wood. Get you some outside provisions, and spend time with your family outside, outdoors, showing them that the earth has every need met. This planet meets our every need. And because they've made us think that, well, they are the all supplier. No, they are not. Good fruit and vegetables are right out there in your front lawn if you have soil. Everything that they going up on in the grocery store could come up out of your ground by your hand. So let's get into this, people. Here on 1.0, we are promoting the old ways here, because the old ways are about to be reactivated. And you need to know, when these times come back, you need to know, because we are already suffering as a people. So what would 10 more days do? I tell you what, it'll benefit you. They'll take you serious then. They won't look at you say, oh, the Negroes are marching again. Let's clear the highway for about 70 days and it'll be over with, because some rapper died and they'll be back on that. Or something else will happen. Or they'll come out with the new latest Jordan, or the NBA finals will be happening. They're very easily distracted. And that's what we are. But it's time out for that. And enough is enough for us too. Enough is enough for us too. Putting your problems on prayer, putting a solution on Jesus, when that man that already been here did that. No, these things should be handled by you. We don't need a superhuman spiritual intervention here. What needs to happen is that you need to reverse what was done to you and put it back to where it come from. show them some of their own medicine. See how they like the taste. See how they like when money is short, when money is no longer being made, when they have to come and actually talk to you as a human being and a co-occupant of this planet that they've all made us to pay to come here, and you got to pay to leave. Enough is enough. I didn't ask to come here. This is what happened. This was life. I got here and somebody handed my daddy and my mama a bill. The fuck? Why the fuck do I have to pay to where I was, somewhere I was born into? I didn't move here. I didn't get transferred. I was born into this planet. And enough is enough. At this time, electricity should be free. At this time, food should be free. At this time, medical care should be free. But it's because you are willing to go and pay for it is why they continue to charge your ass. Enough is enough, people. This is not you don't have to be a rocket scientist to see this formula and the answer. Enough is enough, people. See, because there is a law. When the establishment that be no longer take care of the people and see the people as the number one aspect, then the people have every right to take over that, every right. That's law. It's in the Constitution. When the governors of us no longer see us as people, because we are not. We are slaves, we are sheep, we are followers of their direction. When they do that to us, we have every right to take over. And that's the first step, people. Here on 1.0, enough is enough. I don't have any more space for abuse. My storage is full. I have no more room for pain that I feel like I can't do anything about. I have no more room for that. Because I remember when we used to be a people. I know what I'm saying. It has happened in history. But because it wasn't successful, we always let one person who wanted more than what we were all working for, they wanted more. So they told them where Malcolm X was. They set it up for somebody to say, get your hand out of my pocket. Those niggas. All those Negroes that was on the ledge with Martin Luther King, one of them niggas knew something. Jesse. And that's us. But this cry that enough is enough is for all of us. It's not for Black Panthers. It's not for Muslims. This is for human beings, y'all. Because those are the rights that have been violated. Human rights. The right to live as a natural man on this planet. The right to be an actual human being and not a social security number. These things are old and they're outdated and they were wrong from the beginning. For us to be product instead of human beings, because you're not looked at as a human being no matter what you say. You are not a human being. You are a product with a number, and it's that red number on the back of your social security card. There was a loan taken out on your life when you came here. They didn't only take money out or a loan from other companies like Japan and China. They made you pay to come here. On top of taking a loan, they didn't give you none of that money. They didn't tell you where it's located. They didn't give you an account number. They didn't give you your routing number. None of that. to that account. So you're not human. You are, but in the eyes of this program and this penitentiary that they got us all in, you're not a human being. You are a number, a commodity that is on the stock market. That's what you are. See, that's why they call you a defendant and a plaintiff in a court of law, because you're not a human being. You're a number, but you can get your sovereignty back where you are a human being and you don't indulge in whatever, courts and things like that. You can get that back. And these are the things that we need to start taking advantage of, people. If you're on 1.0, I don't just, I'm a comedian and I just don't do comedy. I bring things to light that come to me, and it's privileged information, because a lot of us, we just don't want to deal with it, because me saying something don't change nothing, but I think it does, because sometimes it just takes a person telling you straight up how this thing works and where you'll get the most out of your moves. Yeah, you do a little something when you burn things down and you steal and run out the store with a 15. Yeah, you do a little something. You show them exactly how they portray us. Animals, uncontrollable, violent. But man, you stay home and cook your family a natural meal, some green food, vegetables, and set the table up with the napkins and the spoon, fork in the right place, and have good conversation with your family every day that we are on this journey to hit them bastards in their pocket and show them that we no longer are willing to participate in this. What my mother and my father and my grandfather and his grandfather for him gave their whole life existing trying to acquire, was respect of being a human being and having every right that everyone has to live, to prosper, to reappropriate, and to have your 10 motherfucking acres and a goddamn mule. Want that. Still want a mule. I don't give a damn what kind of car it is. I want that. So all together now, enough is a motherfucking enough. All together now, enough is enough. And I hope this message have hit somebody home. I hope this message is reaching everyone. And if you're interested, hey man, hit me in my DM and we'll do it together. I swear that I'll uphold it for 10 days. I won't buy gas. I won't buy food. I won't do a damn thing to put not $1 into the people's pocket that has been continuously oppressing us. And we continue to go to work and pay them. You think you getting paid? Oh, I'm getting the bag. No, you getting that coin purse. The person you working for is getting the bag. You getting the coin purse. So let's not do this no more here on 1.0. And I enjoyed y'all tonight. Everybody that chimed in, I enjoyed you. Make sure you hit the like button. And if you have any kind of comment or opinion about what I said, if you actually need the information on what we're going to do on June the 1st, you hit me up in my DM and I will give you all the information about how to get ready for that 10 days. Because I want everyone to participate. Now, I know that everybody won't, because we have people, their whole livelihood is to get out there and show what, they hustling and they got this and they got that. We won't even worry about those people, because there's still numbers in the people that actually want this change, that are actually saying that enough is a motherfucking enough. Let's take our finances back. And if somebody took something from you. Let's go back and let's reclaim that land, houses. Find out if your grandparents or your grandpa or your grandmother, if they were robbed out of their land. Let's get all these things back, because enough is enough. Enough is absolutely enough. And I want to thank everybody for chiming in. It's your boy, Dr. Shep, coming back across the track once again, my friend. I've walked on water and I've walked on land. I got kings and queens that want to shake my hand. Who am I? The doctor. So take one of these and call me in the morning. Big peace to Black Earth Inc., y'all. My mother station. And big shout out to my girl, Q, my producer. And I'll see y'all next Friday here on 1.0. I'm your host with the most, Dr. Shep. And we're out.